after the likes of President Joe Biden, Chancellor Olaf Scholz, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, French President Emmanuel Macron has now landed in Tel Aviv to speak with Prime Minister Netanyahu as the Israel-Hamas war enters its 18th day. Akshat Gupta is joining us for more details on this story. Akshat, we are learning that the French president has arrived in Tel Aviv. What information can you share with us?
Well, yes, after President Joe Biden, now French President Emmanuel Macron has arrived in Tel Aviv to express his country's full solidarity with Israel after the deadly attack which took place on October 7. Well, his visit comes after more than 2 weeks after Hamas militants stormed into Israel from the Gaza Strip and killed at least 1,400 people in Israel. And among them, there were 30 French citizens also. Well, Macron was already due to meet Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to express France's full solidarity with Israel. And he is now also expected to call for the preservation of the civilian population in Gaza because Israel has been relentlessly bombarding as it prepares for a ground invasion also of the Palestinian enclave. Because Macron will now in particular call for humanitarian truce to allow desperately needed aid into Gaza, where almost more than 2 million people have largely been deprived of food, water, electricity and other basic supplies. Well, Macron and Netanyahu will also hold a joint press conference as to what they will be discussing and having talks about. And the French and Emmanuel Macron will also be meeting Israeli President Isaac Herzog and opposition leaders also. And perhaps he will also meet the families of French and French-Israeli nationals who were actually killed in the unprecedented attack by the Hamas militants.
Akshat, stay with us. Colonel J.S. Sodhi, defense analyst, also joining us at this point. Colonel Sodhi, what do you expect from this Macron-Netanyahu meeting?
Jayant Uday, it's my honor to be on your news channel. Well, this is the 5th G7 leader who is now visiting Israel. That is the French President Emmanuel Macron. The visit of President Macron has got 2 main reasons. One is to show solidarity and support to Israel in this hour of grief, as they are still not recovering from the death of over 1,400 Israelis killed, and at the same time when the counteroffensive is going on in the Gaza Strip. The second reason is that, as with the earlier 4 leaders, President Macron too has come to tell Netanyahu not to do the ground offensive, because the ground offensive will be the biggest blunder for Israel, which has already been told in no uncertain terms by the US President Joe Biden. So apart from giving the strength and support to Israel at this critical juncture of their existence, and also to tell them, it is also important that how this war goes on in future, because now there is a lot of international pressure mounting on Israel to stop the airstrikes, because more than 5,000 Palestinians have been killed in retaliation of 1,400 Israelis killed.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.